Hello, everyone. Welcome to Unlocking You 2.0. This is Balwinder Marwaha, your transformational leadership coach, alongside with Spencer Bonin, certified emotion code and body code practitioner. We are here talking about change this week, and we are talking today about the fear of change.
Mm.
And we're talking about overcoming your fears this week. My apologies. In case you noticed, my son is running around in the background right now. But, that threw me off. So, fear of change is what it's all about today.
Yeah.
You know, there's key areas in your life that you may be having problems with right now, whether it's your relationships, whether it's your finances, maybe it's your career. Um, what is the fear of change that maybe is making you stay in those problems?
Mm.
Spencer, let's start with you today.
Thank you so much. And yeah, so because those are really big fear, I would say, of change is one of the biggest challenges that we face on a day-to-day basis, really. So let me just kind
Mhm.
of paint a picture of a couple different scenarios that might actually have happened to you, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, or something similar. So let's just say early on in life, maybe you're a kid, maybe you're a kid, you're a kid and you're going through some stuff. Maybe your parents, maybe you come home from school one day and your
Mhm.
parents just automatically are like, you know what? We're moving to a different city. I got a new job somewhere. We're moving somewhere else. Boom.
Yeah.
You have to move your entire life. You have to leave all your friends behind. You leave other relationships you've built, the playground you love, the school, the teachers you love, all these
Mhm.
things. Boom. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, get shifted. And you're like, wow, that's a lot of change all happening at once for a kid, right? So that's one thing. Or the second thing, if you're anything like me, if you had parents who got divorced. I mean, I was 8 years old when it happened for me, and it was so shocking. And it's one of these things where you look at it, you don't know what's going on, you blame yourself, and of course,
Mhm.
with these different scenarios, you're going to think, well, of course you might have something animosity towards change because it's just stuff that happens every once in a while, or just like out of nowhere, out of the blue. And you might
Yeah.
actually have physical emotional shock in your body. And we talk about this type of energy. And what is it? It's something where you're going about your day and something out of the blue, out of nowhere, just comes and I like to call it an energetic sucker punch. It's just you're going about your day and then boom, you get slammed with news. Boom, a car crash happens in front of you. Something like that, where it's just you're living your happy life and then something shocking just happens in your life that totally derails your day and derails your thought process. So that's kind of a big factor of what can happen, and is happening in the background of this
Mhm.
change or fear of change itself. Now, that's
Yeah.
going subconsciously. What's going on consciously, Valley?
So, Spencer, a quote that you just said, I totally love it. You know, if you want to change things in your life, you need to make changes in your life.
Yeah.
And so the fear of change is real, absolutely, because we get in a routine, sometimes we get into ruts, or we get into, I love saying, status quo, where
Mm,
we're comfortable with the same thing over and over and over again. And to go out of that change, we really fear it. But the reality is that if you want to make a change in your life, you have to change the things that you're doing in your life. Now, they don't have to be huge. Everything happens in baby steps. Think of a baby. They first kind of get up, and then they kind of start to crawl, and some go forward, some go backwards. Then they kind of hold something and stand up. They
yeah.
don't just start, running right away, right? They
That'd
have
be
to go through
scary.
those phases. Yeah. Um, but they have to go through those phases. And so if you want to make a change in your life, you need to go through the phases, and you need to adjust yourself slowly. And a lot of this comes back to creating a plan. So let's say it is in a relationship. Maybe you're in a bad relationship, or maybe you don't have a relationship and you want to change that. Well, what are little things that you can do every day to get to a point where, okay, my relationship has become better now, or now I know what I want out of a relationship. And so you need to start making those small changes, whether it's in your finances or in your careers, and little baby steps. And if you're not sure where to start, we're here to help you, right? So that's the first part of the fear of change. Spencer, what else prevents us or causes us to fear change?
Yeah, absolutely. And those are some very, very good tips, I would say. So the next really, really big challenge or problem that people have is this whole comfort zone thing. And it's something that every single person has to deal with. It's something that's there. But us as beings, we have this thing called, quote, the subconscious mind. And this subconscious mind is literally there and intended for to keep us alive and keep us safe, right? So it's these things where it takes that physical emotional shock from before and now it creates this energy to kind of automatically make your body be fearful of this thing that might cause harm, right? Because in the past, you've experienced harm before with this particular thing, emotionally, physically, whatever it is. So now your subconscious mind is like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. In the past, this turned out wrong. This caused animosity. This caused change for
Hmm.
the worse. Whoa, you need to avoid that. You need to pump the brakes there. So that's what's kind of going with the subconscious mind because it's literally designed to keep you safe and keep you where you're at. It's its
Hmm.
job. But with with the work and this energetic work that we do, we can actually start to release these energies so that
Yeah.
way you can expand your comfort zone box. So that's what's going on subconsciously. What about consciously, Valley?
Yeah. So, consciously, a lot of you may have heard the story of the dog or the lion, whatever animal you want to make it, it doesn't matter. But from a very, very small age, they're kept in a fenced area. Now, the thing is that this fence is only about 4 feet high.
Hmm.
But ever since they were small, they couldn't jump that fence. And
Hmm.
as they've grown up and gotten bigger, and this dog is big or this lion is large now, that fences remain the same. It's still only 4 feet tall. And in fact, they could easily jump that fence. But
Yeah.
because in their subconscious mind, they all their life felt, hey, I can't jump this fence, they don't even try. And so what happens is subconsciously, as you said, Spencer, we trap these energies or we have these thoughts that are back there that don't even let us try because it's like, hey, well, you need to be safe. You can't do this. It's
Yeah.
outside your boundary. You've always stayed in this within this boundary. It's not safe for you to leave. You won't be able to go outside that, jump that fence, for lack of better words. But so when we get stuck in our comfort zone, what happens is again we stay in status quo. We
Hmm.
don't go out of that. We're doing the same things over and over again. And I'm going to share my example. I was very, very financially successful, had huge business, you know, tons and tons of success at a very, very young age. And I'm very grateful for that. Going through that and doing that for a number of years, I came to a point when I was, I'm going to say about 28 years old, 2010. I'm telling you my age now, where a lot of bad things happen with business, whether they were lost, whether it was a bad partnership, whatever it may be. But when those things happened, it created limits in my comfort zone without even me realizing it.
Hmm.
And so for 10 years after that, I was at status quo.
Hmm.
Can you believe it? For 10 years, going from a very, very successful entrepreneur businessman for 10 years, I was at status quo.
Hmm.
And I was just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And why was I doing that? Because I had this energy that was in my subconscious mind that was making me believe that I needed to stay safe and I couldn't do the things I used to do before. Now, fast forward, I meet Spencer. Spencer works on me. Um, he removes these energetic imbalances. He treats me, and I'm just like, blow up again.
Yeah.
Here I am. Stepping outside of my comfort zone leaps and bounds. I'm now the CFO of Inside Out Institute, a huge, huge coaching institute which combines the conscious and subconscious. I'm doing things I've never ever done before. We're working with people that we've never worked with before,
Hmm.
and there's zero fear. And why is there no fear? It's because those blocks that were in my subconscious mind are gone. So if you want to make change in your life, and whether it's in your relationship, whether it's financially, whether it's your career, whatever it may be, if your subconscious mind is holding you back without you knowing it,
Mm,
you need to talk to us because
yeah.
we have a solution for you. We can fix that. We can let you get out because we weren't always like this. You think about when you were growing up as a kid, you weren't afraid to do crazy things like take crazy jumps or get on a bike even though you didn't know how to ride it.
Yeah.
You did those things. But now if I say to you as a grown up, hey, I want you to go and try this, you're gonna be like, no way. And even though
Yeah.
you may want to try it, it's your subconscious mind that will not let you try it because it says you will not be safe.
Yeah.
And it's like you break out into allergies or you feel really sick or, crazy things happen. So,
Hmm.
what you need to do and how you need to fix this is get in touch with us because
Yeah.
we'll find out, hey, what is this in your subconscious that's holding you back? What do we need to do? And we'll fix that.
Yeah.
So how do you connect with us? Well, we're both on Facebook. You can find us there, send us a message. If you're watching this video on our page, you can choose to message us right now by clicking the button to message.
Yeah.
And you can go to our website at insideoutcoachingprogram.com. There you will find a couple of awesome videos that will tell you about what it is we do, how it
Yeah.
works, and the results you can experience. And then tonight, I am so pumped and excited about this because we've only got about 20 spots left. So if you're watching this, you need to go now and go to
Yeah.
this website, www.2020recoverymanual.com. There you will be able to register for a live webinar tonight. It's happening at 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern.
Mm,
Now, for some reason, if those times don't work with you, you need to connect with Spencer and I because we will
yeah.
get you the replay and we will make sure that you can watch this because this webinar will change your life.
Yeah.
It will take you from this comfort zone that you're in, this fear, these bad relationships, this financial stress or hardship, or being in a career that doesn't suit you, and change all of that
Mm.
with just one webinar. So you need to watch this and see this. With that, Spencer, is there anything else you'd like to add about what we talked about today?
Everything you said was amazing. The only thing I'm going to say is kind of painting yourself a picture here. Let's say before, all these relationships, maybe not the greatest relationships, maybe not the best finances. You're living in your quote version of like animosity or the status quo. But looking forward, what if you had control over your schedule? What if you had the ability to have the finances you want? You have the relationships that you want. You have an amazing spouse. You have amazing kids. You are living a pain-free life.
Yeah.
That's what's on the other end of that. So I highly encourage you to check out what we're doing here, and because it's a solution to what's going on for you. So what's with that? That's all I have to say. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. I'm sure we'll see you on the webinar. And aside from that, we'll see you tomorrow morning for the next episode. Talk to you guys later.
Awesome. Thank you.